This video will explain the logic behind using a hierarchical structure to organise your nodes. NVivo allows you to organise your nodes in a hierarchical structure. I find this capability is one of the most misunderstood aspects of NVivo. The purpose is to create a catalogue of your codes so that instead of having a long list of nodes, you can quickly see what nodes you have. In addition, sorting your nodes in a catalogue system helps you to clarify your ideas. You can see what is missing, and you can start thinking about relationships in your coding, which you can explore through queries. When you create new nodes, you can see where they belong in your catalogue. It also stops you from duplicating nodes because you've overlooked them in your list. To organise your nodes, you need to follow the rules of a catalogue system. You need to keep like nodes together, you must never duplicate a node, and a node should be catalogued in only one place. Your approach to coding will be guided by your research methodology, but I will share here some good strategies that are likely to apply in many approaches. It is a good idea to have a separate node folder for new codes. In some projects, you will create most of your nodes in advance, but in many projects, they will emerge as you work with your data. In either case, the new nodes folder is helpful. A good strategy is to let your list view of new codes grow to only around 20 nodes and then review them. Do this on a regular basis to see which ones you can add to your existing node catalogue system. There may be a few that remain uncatalogued because they don't belong with any other nodes. That's fine, you can just keep them in the new node folder. When you start coding, you may not know much about what your catalogue system will look like. Just put the nodes you create in the new nodes folder and let your catalogue system evolve during the course of your analysis. You may find that you want to change the structure of your catalogue as you do more coding and create new nodes. That is normal, and it is easy to move nodes around in NVivo or merge them if you decide two codes are really the same thing. It's also easy to rename codes. The next video will cover how you technically do this, but it is first important that you understand the principles for structuring your nodes hierarchically. This incorrect example is based on the sample project. So in this structure, if I have a piece of text that is a negative attitude about the decline of the fishing industry, I would code it in one place. But this is the wrong logic for NVivo because I am breaking the rules of a catalogue system. I am not keeping like with like. An aspect of the economy, such as the fishing industry, is a different thing from expansion or decline, which is a different thing from positive or negative attitudes. The correct way to structure it is to have a separate top-level node for the economy, with child nodes for different aspects of the economy, another top-level node for growth cycle, with a child node for phases of the growth cycle, and finally, a top-level node for attitudes, with child nodes for different kinds of attitudes. So, if I had some text which was a negative attitude about the decline of the fishing industry, I would code it in 3 different places: as about the fishing industry, as about decline, and as a negative attitude. So this gives me more flexibility to work with my data. So, to pull out all of the negative attitudes about the decline of the fishing industry, I would run a coding query and combine negative and decline and fishing industry. But with this structure, I could also look at all of the statements about the decline of the fishing industry, whether they were positive or negative, by running a coding query to combine fishing industry and decline. Or I could pull out all of the negative statements about the fishing industry, regardless of whether they are about decline or expansion. One of the clues to see that the first example is incorrect is that I have 3 nodes for expansion and 3 nodes for decline, and loads of nodes for negative and loads of nodes for positive. So, if you find you are duplicating nodes that mean the exact same thing in your structure, you know that you need to rethink how you are organising your codes. I will end with the correct example. The next video will show you how to move codes around in NVivo, merge them, and rename them.